The Socialist Congress of Nigeria (SCON) strongly condemns the widely reported armed attack security operatives of the federal government of Nigeria involving what evidently amounts to disproportionate use of force on the private residence of Mr. Sunday Adeyemo Igboho, also known as Sunday Adeyemo, at Ibadan, Oyo State, in the middle of the night on Thursday, July 1st, 2021. In this growing frequency and intensity of the deployments of heavy armed force during civil disturbances, we record the heavy military barrage against and the resultant carnage on the compound of Mr. Ezazaki a few years ago in the city of Zaria, the massive and unprovoked military attacks and killing of unarmed peaceful protesters at the Lekki toll gate in Lagos on October 2020, and the current entrenchment of routine attacks on peaceful protests, including the recent police murder of a student protesting against increases in school fees in Kaduna State. This sustained state error across Nigeria, of course, has its antecedents in the brutal economic and social policies imposed with impunity, especially since the late 1970s. On the specific case of the attack on Igboho's residence, it is unacceptable in a law-governed society that a full shootout military operation was carried out on a citizen's residence, reportedly without a search warrant or any invitation by police to search a citizen to report at a designated police establishment, even when law enforcement agencies claim to be in possession of intelligence reports. These questions arise because of the numerous instances of what amounted in the past to summary executions and disappearances of suspects by police. We must add that the intractable fundamentalist militancy in the northeast of today and the current militarization and state-sponsored violence in the southeast are traceable to the impunity of state power and state actors ahead of the current separatist, secessionist, ethnicized, and religionized phase of violence conflicts in Nigeria. Over time, a police state developed in our country because the ruling coalitions had failed consistently in the last 2 decades, at least to deliver on the simple responsibility of securing the lives and property of citizens. We must declare that we in SCON believe that any peaceful separatist or even secessionist program is or may be legitimate, but we know that there are hardly any antecedents or examples of such peaceful secession. Even the possibility or actual peaceful breakup of Nigeria as it is today, with the generalized socially irresponsible and looting mentality of the ruling class, we simply sustain the interests of the ethnic faction of the Nigerian ruling class against that of the oppressed and marginalized masses of people in the putative new country. These are the lessons of the history of separatisms, not figments of our imagination. Assuming a breakup of Nigeria can be achieved peacefully, immediate and practical problem of creating and maintaining new borders, massive refugee problem, housing, food, water, healthcare, jobs, agricultural land, and attendant security crisis in the new countries and their borders will fester for decades to come. The poor and marginalized masses, not the various ethnic wings of the Nigerian ruling class, will necessarily bear the burden of these consequences. We must also state emphatically that a breakup of Nigeria, peaceful or not, will lead to loss of the inherent advantages of the beauty and diversity of the geographical, resource and cultural diversity which have enabled and continues to enable the masses of ordinary people to build, exchange and sustain authentic solidarity and fraternity, livelihoods and opportunities. Clearly, these advantages are reliable only if the struggles of the masses produce a Nigeria that is owned truly by masses. For the reasons of all of the foregoing, we condemn in a very strong terms the continued irresponsible deployment of the police and the army and other multiplying wings of Nigeria's neo-colonial, largely punitive occupation law enforcement formations against our people across Nigeria. At the same time, the ruling class cannot secure the life and property of our people, not just in the increasing ethnic and religious conflicts, but also in ruling class instigated intercommunity, intra-community, and religious clashes. Okay. Hmm. It's a daily, I don't even know how to put it, but we are in a serious problem in this country with this kind of people that we have at the end of affair, with the foundation of the ruling class in this country. It's going to take a long while because the mindset is something else. Yeah, the ruling class war against the Nigerian masses continues to fuel separatism and give excuses for the state's terror, which is true. Which is true. It is unfortunate that you have allowed the country to kill the spirits of agitator, but at early 90s, when I was growing up, what happened to Oloye Sunday Igboho is handily to happen to ordinary forest hunter, but all is well. My point here is that they should stop endanger the life of followers who psychologically wrong relying on their black power. Okay. Well, no, it's not like that. Have you forgotten that the federal government have arrested the current Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò before? Buhari has turned the nation into a zoo. Truly, public policies are not an issue, but how effective implementation of those policies. Representatives failed Buhari and nothing more. Nevertheless, Igboho must face the wrath of the law if we want peace in this country, because Nigeria is not a lawless nation. Really? Nigeria is not a lawless nation. Boko Haram appointed a new governor in Borno State and they are controlling over 5 local governments in Borno. Now they have 2 governors in Borno, and that is not a problem to you people from the north. The priority of Buhari is to kill Sunday Igboho and Nnamdi Kanu. People that are fighting to defend their ancestral land and their people against Fulani herdsmen who have been killing, raping, and destroying people's farms land. So in your mind, if you arrest Sunday Igboho, peace will be in the country. But you forgot what brought people like Igboho out, which is Fulani killings of indigenous Nigerians. No, you see, that is the problem with all these northerners. Igboho and Sunday, they are the problems. Now, like somebody pointed out, and which is true, they have 2 governors in the state, whereby they are still paying taxes to the so-called Boko Haram. And yet it is not, the North did not see it as a problem. They are coming out to tell you that a problem of the country is as a result of a Igboho and this thing. You can imagine. But why is it so prominent under this government than in any previous ones? Is there more to it than means the eye can imagine? I hope this is not backed up by external influence. Nigeria can never work even if Pastor Adeboye is made the president and Oyedepo the vice president. Nothing will still change. If war starts now, still on top poor man head, it go end because all the big men go japa to US and UK. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? And when you look at the trend, what the central does is this: they target and appease the elites, royals, so as to keep up with their divide and rule. Ask yourself, what informs the appointment of these 42 traditional rulers as varsity chancellors? It's a game. It's a game to appease the masses and the subjects to these royals, and that is it. That is it. Exactly what has been happening.